Everybody, namaste. My name is Tejal Dave and I'm a psychotherapist, career counselor and trainer by profession. Today I'm back again with my second video, and the second video is going to be on a very important topic, that's career guidance and career counseling. Career decision is the most important decision of our life, right? We choose a career stream and then we remain in that profession throughout our life. And that is the reason choosing a profession is very, very crucial, right? So if we have to live in that profession throughout our life, don't you think it's important that we decide, wisely, we choose it wisely? Yes, we need to do that. Now let me tell you one thing, many years back, people never had the opportunity to really go for career guidance. So, the simple way to choose a career was, the first criteria was percentage. The higher the percentage, you get into science stream, little medium percentage, you get into commerce stream, and if you have low percentage, you get into humanities. Now that doesn't happen right now, okay? But initially that was a trend. The other criterias were parental input. So parents used to tell the child that you can get into this profession, these professions are good, and the child used to take that profession. The third important criteria was very, very common, that if your friend is going to a particular profession, if your friend is going to a certain college, you would get tempted to do that. So these were 2-3 parameters or criteria of how people were choosing their careers. But that's not currently the state, right? We are in a scientific era and we have something called as psychometric assessment. Now, what are these assessments? These assessments are very simple, very well designed and standardized tests, okay? So what we really try to understand when we're doing this test are 3 important areas again. The first is aptitude, second is interest, and third is personality. Now, many people ask me, many parents ask me, are these tests reliable? Do you really think that these tests are standardized? As I stated initially, all these tests are standardized tools, okay, and it's been purchased from reliable sources, not that I and somebody else who feels like starting a psychometric testing and I make a test. No, it's all standardized tool. So the reliability, validity, authenticity are all in place. So it's just a matter of understanding that we need to take up a test which is standardized. We are not using tests which are generally we get it on internet. It's not those kind of tests. So that's the first question I come across. The second question parents generally ask me, the ones who are very friendly with me, and so they ask me this question very easily, that ma'am, we already know our child. We know what he or she is good at. We know all the abilities or the qualities of my child. So why should I go for aptitude test? Now to make it very simple, aptitude is innate potential, okay, and it's necessary to understand the innate potential of a child by doing a standardized test, simply because there are many abilities which are not explored. So when we do a test, something which is not even explored, which is not the child is aware about, the child gets to know. So that's why it's important. Now the second thing is interest. Now we know what is interest, right? The word itself tells us it's the like, dislike, what I'm passionate about. Now both the criteria are extremely important to judge, right? What abilities you have, what innate capabilities you have, and the second I said is interest. Now the third area, which many people don't do it when they are conducting a career guidance, but I personally feel it's extremely important, is the personality. Now what is personality? We all have different profiles, we all have different nature traits, we all have different personality traits. It's important to understand that also when we are taking a decision. I'll give you an example for that. For example, your abilities and your interests match for being a journalist. You're very good in writing, you're very good in oratory skills, your written language is beautiful, that you've got to know from aptitude. You're very interested, right? You're interested in journalism. You like to write, you like to interview, maybe that's your interest. Now the personality profile will check whether you have a personality of being extrovert. I'm not saying you need to be extremely extrovert, but you need to be extrovert. You can't be introvert. You cannot be a person who do not like to go out and meet people. Then probably you will not enjoy this job, because this job would require you to meet people, go out and address people, and that's why it's important to know the personality traits. Now for example, if these 3 criteria were not checked, okay, maybe you are interested, maybe you have an aptitude, but probably your personality profile will not match with these 2. Thus, I very strongly recommend this, all these 3 areas are measured. Now, what exactly is measured in aptitude? Now, aptitude, as I explained, has abilities. Now, in aptitude, there are different subtests. Okay, it's not that I just conduct one aptitude test. There are 6 subtests. Now, each subtest checks a different ability of a child. Now, first can be numerical ability. This basically ability checks the maths numerical ability of a child. Second, spatial relations. Okay, this aptitude would basically check your ability to perceive something in 3-dimensional, something that's not concrete. You have to visualize. Okay, who would need it? Architects, designers would need this ability or aptitude the most. Let's look at third, mechanical reasoning. The word itself tells us it basically lets a child knows whether he or she has the ability for technical concepts, mechanical concepts. So definitely this particular ability is required if you want to get into engineering, if you want to get into some kind of technical field, it's of definite importance. Then we have language usage or verbal reasoning. This ability is important if you want to get into field which is which requires language. So written language, your ability to write, your ability to understand grammar, punctuation. Now in some professions this ability is extremely important, right? So these are different abilities we check. There are, as I told you, there are different subtests. So the child needs to go for these tests, and then probably the counselor can understand the whole profile of the child where all the 3 aspects are covered: ability, interest, personality, and then finally the careers are decided. So okay, so I feel this generation is very lucky, extremely lucky that they have opportunity like this. So we need to utilize this opportunity more constructively rather than taking a career which is not something that the child would be pursuing for a very long time. It's better to take a career wisely, that's what I feel. And there are so many careers. Initially we had very limited career options. Currently there are thousands of careers, right? So we need to at least be aware of it and then probably take a call as to which is the right one for me. So it just takes not a lot of time. Now I also tell you what is the procedure for getting into this whole career guidance program. So the first is the counselor. Like for example, I'm the counselor. So the counselor would interview the child, get into details about what are the likes of the child, what subjects the child likes. It's an interview session with the counselor where the counselor tries to gauge the child with respect to how the child expresses, what all the child expresses. Now this is something that is an expression, oral expression by the child. The second stage is meeting the parent. So there is a detailed interview with the parent where the counselor tries to understand what is parent's perspective about the child, what career the parent think the child can take up, and the details about it. Then comes the actual testing, right? So the child would be given the test, that's the 3 tests. Now these 3 tests approximately will take around 3 to 4 hours, okay? And the test will get over. Then the counselor will sit and compile the report, and then the report will be discussed with the child and the parent. The parents are also involved in the process so that there can be a discussion, and then the counselor would finally give the final careers the child can choose. Now this is counselor is the basic person who's basically making a roadmap, a clear roadmap towards fulfilling the career for your child. It's like, nowadays we have this Google Maps, right? It's a very easy way to reach a destination, but then we have to have it in our phone and we need to go to Google Maps, right, to reach the destination. Similarly, we have career counseling, which is a tool to reach to our destination. That's our career decision making. So I would just like to end my session by just giving you a quote, very simple quote, that understand that success is not an accident. It's a planned event. If we need success in our life, let's plan it, right? Rather than, there are so many people who get into a profession and after a few years, they don't enjoy it. They go back to a different profession. It's a tedious thing, you've spent around 10 years and then you start feeling, no, this is not something I want to do. Let me switch over. So yeah, that happens. But then I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but then it's better to choose something by planning it, by understanding it. And it's a golden opportunity to understand yourself. What are you good at? What are your strengths? What is your personality? What is your interest? It's a beautiful journey. And I think in that journey, we reach a destination, that's deciding a career. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me, and I equally enjoyed sharing my point of view and my ideas towards the whole career guidance program. Please do send me your feedback. If you want me to talk on something, as I told you even last time, please send it to me. I'm open to talking to you about any topic on counseling and mental health. And most importantly, like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon below to be notified every time I post a new video. I'm also launching my new website. I've already launched it. So if you want more information, you can get into my website. I'll put the description down with regards to what's my website, but I can even orally tell you. It's tejaldave.co.in. Very simple. So if you want to read about other areas of work, if you want to understand career guidance a little more, then you'll get information there. So thank you so much. I had real good fun in talking to you all, and I hope you like my video. And please give me your feedback. I'm open to feedbacks and suggestions. Bye. Take care. God bless.